Very good morning to all of you. So syllabus is finished, and today we are going to start with the revision. As we have decided yesterday, we'll start with probability. चलिए. First of all, we have done the definition, and the definition is, it is the chance of occurrence of an event. Chance of occurrence of an event is known as probability of the event. किसी event के होने के जितने chances होते हैं, that is known as probability of that event. Probability that all of you will come in the school, sit on the benches and will teach you face to face. पता नहीं कितनी probability है इसकी, अभी तक इसके बारे में कोई अंदाजा ही नहीं हो पाया, पता नहीं कितने chances हैं, 50-50 है, 80-20 है, nobody knows it, right? किसी event के होने के जो chances हैं, they are known as, that is known as probability of that event, right? Now, so many definitions we have done, but not all the definitions I will discuss, only the important conceptual and the things I will discuss, right? Chaliye. So, formula for the probability that we have done, probability of an event, this is equal to number of favorable cases over total number of cases. Number of favorable cases over total number of cases, that is known as probability of an event. Favorable cases over total number of cases, right? So event, from where this event word has come. Event, it belongs to an experiment. When we do an experiment, so many events can happen, right? So for example, if we are organizing a sports function in our school, then there are so many events, and our favorite event is basketball match, right? हमारा favorite event होता है school के sports function में basketball match, which we enjoy a lot, है ना? चलो, so जैसे for example, if we throw a coin, we are getting two outcomes in all, that is H and T. And the event कुछ भी हो सकता है इसमें से. Suppose I am taking only H, so I can make the event even getting only head, and I can make the event E2 getting only tail. So event is a part of the experiment. When we take some of the outcomes of the experiment and we make a proper event from that, that is known as the particular event belongs to the experiment, right? चलिए आगे चलते हैं. So sample space की बात की थी हमने तब. Sample space, what is sample space? It is the collection of all the possible outcomes of the experiment. एक experiment की जितनी भी possible outcomes होती हैं, उनकी जो collection है, that makes a sample space. For example, in a sports function, so all the events, they will form the sample space. जितने भी events हैं वहाँ पे sack race है, lemon spoon race है, and so many other kind of events are there. They are, when they are collectively we call them a sample space. So sample space is the collection of all the possible outcomes of an experiment. एक experiment की जितनी भी possible outcomes हो सकती हैं, when we collect them, we get a sample space, and out of that sample space we get certain outcomes according to the question or according to the certain rule that forms event of the experiment, right? Then we have done the range of the probability. You know what the word range means? Range, we are very much familiar with the word range. We go to malls for shopping, and we see the certain corners here and there, and we say that we want to see the things in our range. We go to some corner and there the things are from starting from 3000 goes up to 10,000. हम वहां से वापस आ जाते हैं, हम कहते हैं हमारी इतनी रेंज नहीं है, हमें 1000 2000 के बीच में कुछ दिखाओ, ठीक है. सो रेंज जो है, रेंज इज द वैल्यू बिटवीन विच अ थिंग वेरीज. सो if we are talking about the range of the probability, if E is an event, then range of that probability of that event, it can go from 0 to 1. That means minimum probability of an event can be 0 and the maximum probability is always 1, right? If some child is saying that my probability is answered in the answer sheet, in the question paper, in the exam is minus 2.5, he or she will never get full marks. And if someone is saying that my answer for the probability question is 3, even then he or she can't get full marks because probability can't exceed 1, cannot be less than 0. So this is the range of the probability. Between these two values, the probability of an event can lie, and minimum value is 0 and maximum value is always equals to 1, right? Then we have done certain kinds of events. Just the main events I would like to discuss with you. Otherwise, so many definitions we have done. You read it out. Any problem you can discuss because only the conceptual revision will do. Na? Chaliye. So we have done complementary events. Complementary events. If E is event, then not E is its complement. Event not E will be its complement. For example, इसको कैसे हम donate कैसे करते हैं, कैसे denote करते हैं, sorry. So denote करने के लिए हम we write it like E raised to power C. It's always read it as E complement or E bar. So this is a notation for writing not event. So if E is an event, then not E will be known as complement of the event E, right? So all the students of 9th B, they like mathematics, right? Bhavna Sharma, what will be its complementary? All the students of 9th. Can you please repeat? All the students of 9th doesn't like mathematics.
मैम all the students of 9th like mathematics.
बिल्कुल, नोट है तो नोट हटा दो. doesn't like का complementary क्या बनेगा? Like mathematics. And I hope that all the students of 9th they like mathematics, right? Okay. Then Parth से बात करते हैं. Parth, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Parth like chips. इसका complementary क्या आएगा?
Parth doesn't like chips.
अच्छा, you don't like chips. अच्छा, अच्छी बात है. Okay. So when E is an event, then not E is its complementary. So this we have done earlier also. So one thing more. इससे पहले कि हम और आगे बढ़े, एक चीज करके फिर complementary event पे वापस आते हैं. Suppose we are having an experiment. I am taking the simple one that is very much familiar to us. That suppose we are having sample space of throwing a cone and we are getting H and T. I am taking E1 to be the event H and E2 be the event to be T. These are the possible events. When we throw a coin, only two events we can form. Either we are getting head or we are getting T. Only these two events are possible. And suppose I am finding the probability of E1. It is 1 by 2. And then I am finding the probability of E2. It is again 1 by 2. And then I am adding the probability of E1 to the probability of E2. Half plus half. This is equal to 1. So what we are concluding from here? We conclude from here that if we are having an experiment, then sum of the probabilities of all the possible events of that experiment is always equals to 1. जितने भी possible events उस experiment से related हो सकते हैं, उन सब की probabilities का sum always 1 होगा, right? चलिए वापस आते हैं complementary events में, जहां मुझे इस बात को link करना है थोड़ा सा. So अभी we have seen E is event, not E is complementary event. So किसी भी example से related, किसी भी situation से related दो ही बातें हो सकती हैं, या बारिश होगी या बारिश नहीं होगी. ये बीच विचाले वाली कंडीशन जी है ना, जैसे वो एक मूवी में कहता है ना कि बंदे दी चाह हाँ होंगी है या ना, बीच विचाले वाली कंडीशन नहीं होंगी, वैसे ही सेम अगर हम किसी भी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में बात करें, इधर इट विल हैपन और इट विल नॉट हैपन, इधर इट विल बी डन और इट विल नॉट बी डन। दो ही एक एक्सपेरिमेंट के कंटेक्स्ट में हम दो चीज़ों के बारे में बता सकते हैं कि ऐसा होगा या ऐसा नहीं होगा, ठीक है। तो इसका मतलब टू रिलेटेड टू एवरी कॉन्टेक्स्ट, रिलेटेड टू एवरी एक्सपेरिमेंट, रिलेटेड टू एवरी टर्म, these are two events which will always be there. So these are, मतलब इसमें सारा कुछ कवर हो जाता है happened और not happened में। तो इसका मतलब इन दोनों का सम अकॉर्डिंग टू द कंसेप्ट जो भी हमने किया, दैट सम ऑफ द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ द एक्सपेरिमेंट्स ऑफ ऑल द एक्सपेरिमेंट्स ऑफ एन इवेंट इज इक्वल टू 1, ऑफ एन एक्सपेरिमेंट इज इक्वल टू 1। तो इसका मतलब प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ई प्लस प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ नॉट ई, दिस इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू 1, and this is the result that we will remember, that probability of an event plus probability not an event, this is equal to 1, right? Chalo, let us continue with the next. Then we have done the next type of events that are also equally important. Complementary events we have discussed, and the next is sure event and impossible event. Let us see what the sure events are and what the impossible. Sure events, those events which are certain to happen, जिनके होने की जो निश्चितता है, certainty है, it is always there, percentage जो है, it is always there. That means they are sure to happen. That today is Thursday. Thursday is always followed by Friday. It's sure. There are 7 days in a week. किसी के week में 8 भी दिन होते हैं, नहीं होते, 7 days. It's certain. It's certain. Right? Earth revolves around sun. This is universal truth, and this is always, all the universal truths are the examples of a sure event. Okay? Earth revolves around sun. This is a sure event. Sun rises in the east. This is the sure event, right? And there are 365 days in a year. There are 12 months in a year. These all are sure events. Those which are universal truths are always sure event, right? In the previous exam, one of the students, most of the students, I can say, they are writing the example that tomorrow is, suppose today is Wednesday, you are doing the exam, today is Wednesday and tomorrow is Thursday, and you are writing the sure event to be tomorrow is Thursday. Bhavnesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I was telling you that sure events are those events which are universal truth and which are certain to happen, right? And impossible events are those events whose the probability or the certainty of whose happening is not there. So impossible event. Impossible event like tomorrow, Wednesday is not followed by, yeah, you can say Wednesday is followed by Sunday. This is impossible event. Sun revolves around Earth. This is impossible event. There are 8 days in a week. This is impossible event. There are 13 months in a year. This is impossible event. So the impossible events are those which can't happen, जिनके happening की certainty बिल्कुल नहीं है, उनको हम बोलते हैं impossible event. Now let us talk about the probability of the sure event and impossible event. So as I say that for sure event, probability is always 1 by, because we take the 100% हम लेते हैं total cases को. आपकी percentage, अगर आपसे पूछे, someone is asking you what is your percentage in exam, you will say 99%, 98, 97, 99.9, etc. You can't say 101%. So total 100% chances होते हैं किसी चीज के लिए, total जिसमें से हम लेते हैं percentage. तो श्योर इवेंट 100% इसके हैपनिंग के होने के चांसेस हैं, तो इसका मतलब हुआ प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ द श्योर इवेंट इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू 1, एंड एज फार एज इम्पॉसिबल इवेंट इज कंसर्न देर आर जीरो चांसेस फॉर इट, मतलब इसके होने के कोई चांसेस नहीं है। तो इसका मतलब हमारे पास इसके ये पॉसिबल हो गया जीरो, टोटल 100% में से हमने 0% ही चांस को दिया, तो इसका मतलब इम्पॉसिबल इवेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी जीरो हो गई। मोर ओवर हमने ये भी सीखा था दैट प्रोबेबिलिटी की रेंज जो है दैट ऑलवेज लाइज बिटवीन 0 and 1. Why so? Why the minimum probability is 0 and why the maximum probability is 1? We have to justify it. We have to see that why this range is between 0 and 1, why it is not lesser than 0 and why it is not more than 1. Let me explain. Suppose a child is appearing in a test or in an exam. So there are total 10 questions which he has to do. So maximum question the child can do is 10. ऐसा कभी हुआ कि पेपर में 24 क्वेश्चंस आए और आप 25 करके आ जाओ? नो, इट कांट हैपन। 24 क्वेश्चन है तो मैक्सिमम आप 24 ही करोगे और वही काउंट होंगे, ठीक है। सो 24 टोटल क्वेश्चंस, 24 ही मैक्सिमम बच्चा कर सकता है, सो प्रोबेबिलिटी मैक्सिमम हो गई 1, राइट। एंड इज इट हैपन लाइक समवन इज सेइंग दैट आई हैव डन -1 क्वेश्चन इन द एग्जाम, आई हैव डन -2 क्वेश्चन इन द एग्जाम? नो, इट कांट हैपन। सो दैट्स व्हाई ऐसा हो सकता है या कि मिनिमम जो है वो बच्चा कोई क्वेश्चन ना करके आए, ज्यादा से ज्यादा ये हो सकता है। तो इसका मतलब 0, टोटल क्वेश्चन 24, प्रोबेबिलिटी 0. That's why we take the range of the probability between 0 and 1, because out of the total things, only the possible thing, maximum things that can happen equal to the total, and only the minimum things that can happen that is equal to 0. So minimum value of the probability is 0 and maximum value of the probability is always equals to 1. So these events types हमने किए थे, sure event and impossible event, and in the previous exam most of the students generally the students have given the example of the sure event and impossible event wrongly. They are saying that when we throw a dice, let me explain what kind of mistake you people have done. This is the sample space on throwing a dice. And students, they are giving me the example of the sure event that while we throw a die, we get a number less than 6. This is sure event. Less than 6 number आपके पास आएगा जब आपने die को throw किया. This is sure event. No, less than 6 is having, अगर हम less than 6 की बात करें तो less than 6 are containing, it is containing 0, -1, -2, so many numbers are there which are less than 6. And that are not appearing when we throw a dice. So it means writing this that less than 6 is the wrong answer for sure event as far as the sample space of a die is concerned. So how you can give the answer so that it becomes logical? So you should write that on throwing a die, we get a number less than equal to 6 and more than equal to 1. 6 या 6 से छोटा, 1 या 1 से बड़ा, इसमें से कोई भी नंबर हमारे पास डाई को थ्रो करने पे आ सकता है. So whenever you are giving the example, you should see it once and just analyze that whether whatever you are writing that is logical or not. Only then go for writing any example from the sample spaces of the different events. Right? चलिए आगे चलते हैं. एक हमने और टाइप ऑफ इवेंट्स किया था, दैट इज इक्वली लाइकली इवेंट्स. वो भी एक बार बता देती हूँ. इक्वली लाइकली, what are the equally likely events? Equally likely events are those events which have equal chance of occurrence. When in cricket matches and in other sports, toss is done, then both of the team, they have equal chances of occurrence of winning. So why both of the team have equal chances of winning? Because when we throw a coin, head and tail both have equal chances of occurrence. जब coin को ऊपर की तरफ उछाला तो it is not determined in the starting that head is coming or tail is coming. Every thing, both of the thing, head and tail, they have equal chances of occurring. So these kind of events, they are known as equally likely events, where every outcome has equal chance of occurrence. हर एक का पूरा पूरा चांस होता है जीतने का, जरूरी नहीं है. अगर मोर ओवर इन दिस कंडीशन बाइस्ड कॉइन नहीं होना चाहिए. ये ना हो कि आप दोनों साइड पे हेड लिख दो और आप कहो चलो करो टॉस और मैंने मांगा हेड. So that means I will definitely win, ना? That I will definitely win. So biased नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be unbiased coin. Then equally likely events, they are having equal chances of occurrence. Then we have done certain sample spaces, ना? Let us discuss them once again. Sample spaces. चलिए सैम्पल स्पेस जैसे कि अभी अभी हमने डिफाइन किया दैट व्हेन वी आर collecting all the possible outcome of an experiment, it forms sample space. Suppose one by one we'll discuss. Let us firstly discuss about coin. Coin is tossed once, twice, thrice. When a coin is tossed once, everyone, all of us, we know that only two outcomes, possible outcomes, head and tail, right? हम इसको 2 की पावर्स में इसका जो टोटल आउटकम्स का आंसर है उसको लर्न करते हैं. दैट मीन्स हियर इट इज 2 to the power 1. 2 outcomes, right? When coin is tossed twice, you should know the outcomes when it is thrown once, tossed once. So यहाँ से हम 2 वाला लिख लेंगे. H के साथ H के साथ T अटैच हो गया. First member, we are picking the first member and we are attaching both the members to it. Then picking the second member, attached both the member with this. So there are total 2 raised to power 2, that is 4 outcomes. When a coin is tossed twice, we are getting 4 outcomes. And when it is tossed thrice, चलिए तो ट्वाइस वाला पहले हम देखेंगे, उसके साथ एक H और एक T अटैच करते जाएंगे. लेट अस टेक फर्स्ट आउटकम H T. लेट अस टेक द सेकंड आउटकम H T. लेट अस टेक द थर्ड आउटकम H T H H T T. फोर्थ आउटकम T T H T T T. So there are total 8 outcomes, that is 2 raised to power 3. This is equal to 8. So exponent of 2 is giving us the answer that how many total outcomes occurs when a coin is tossed once, coin is tossed twice, coin is tossed thrice, right? If it is tossed only once, then 2 raised to power 1, that is equals to 2, will be the total outcomes. And if it is tossed twice, then 2 raised to power 2, that is 4 outcomes. If it is tossed thrice, then 2 raised to power 3 equal to 8, that means 8 outcomes. And if it is tossed 100 times, then Parth, how many outcomes will be there? If a coin is tossed 100 times, then total number of outcomes. Parth.
200.
200. Think it. If it is tossed 1, 2 raised to power 1. It is tossed 2 times, 2 raised to power 2. 3 times, 2 raised to power
100.
100 times,
Sorry, ma'am. 100 raised to power 100.
2 raised to power 100 will be the total outcomes. So we can't write these many outcomes. If a coin is tossed 10 times, even then it will be difficult for us to write the sample space. But without writing the sample space, we can tell that how many total outcomes can occur in the sample space by using the formula 2 raised to the power same number the times the coin is tossed. So if the coin is tossed 50 times, then the total outcomes that will appear in the sample space will be 2 raised to power 50, right? Chaliye. So in this way you can write the sample space when a coin is tossed 4 times. You should know 3 times वाला आपको पता होना चाहिए, एक एक आउटकम उठाते जाओ, HT उसके साथ लगाते जाओ. So right, otherwise these तो students verbally they know this HH. और ये बड़ा आसान है, इसको हम एज ए पोइम हमने याद कर लिया, HH HT TH TT, HH HT TH TT, उसी रिदम के साथ, जिस रिदम के साथ कभी हमने ट्विंकल ट्विंकल लिटिल स्टार पोइम लर्न करी थी. ठीक है ना, हमें कैसे आ गई थी, हमें आज भी याद है क्योंकि हमने एक रिदम में, एक पोइटिक वे में उसको याद कर लिया था. तो इट इज लाइक दैट ओनली, HH HT TH TT. सेकेंड वाला आपको याद है, उसके साथ HT लगाते जाओ हर एक टर्म के साथ, हर एक आउटकम के साथ. यू विल गेट द सैंपल स्पेस व्हेन ए कॉइन इज टॉस्ड थ्राइस. राइट, चलिए लेट अस स्टार्ट विद द नेक्स्ट. This is coin, and here we go with dice. When a dice is thrown, लूडो सबने खेली, अभी तो बहुत खेली ना कोरोना काल में. तो when the dice is thrown once, sample space is having these elements. इनमें से कोई भी आ सकता है, चांसेस पे डिपेंड करता है, हर एक के इक्वल चांसेस होते हैं अकरेंस के, क्योंकि डाइस के जो 6 फेसेस हैं, ईच फेस इज हैविंग 1 डिजिट रिटन ओवर देयर, रिटन ऑन द फेस अप, है ना. सो एवरी नंबर इज हैविंग इक्वल चांसेस ऑफ अकरेंस इफ यू आर throwing a fair dice, right? So these are equally likely events. So when it is thrown twice, अच्छा ये एक बात याद रखना, a dice is thrown twice, outcomes noted, or 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, this is one of the same thing. 2 classes are going on simultaneously. आपकी क्लास में कोई और लेक्चर है, साथ वाली क्लास में. simultaneously का मतलब होता है उसी टाइम पे 9th CD का कौन सा लेक्चर लग रहा है. तो if you are saying that 2 dice are thrown or simultaneously or 1 dice is thrown 2 times, this is one of the same thing. पहले एक डाई को फेंका, जो आउटकम आई उसको नोट कर लिया, फिर दूसरी को फेंका, जो आउटकम आई साथ में नोट कर लिया, या दोनों को इकट्ठा फेंक दिया. This is one of the same thing. So if it is written that 2 dice are thrown simultaneously or a dice is thrown twice, you will take it the same meaning, right? So how to write? Starting with 1, attach all of them. सबको अटैच कर दिया हमने. स्टार्टिंग विथ 2, अटैच ऑल द एलिमेंट्स. 2 6. स्टार्टिंग विथ 3 एंड गोज अप टू 6. स्टार्टिंग विथ 4 goes up to 6. Starting with 5 goes up to 6. Starting with 6 goes up to 6. Now you see that when a dice is thrown once, the total outcomes are 6 raised to power 1. And when it is thrown twice, it is 36, that is 3 to the power 2. If it is thrown thrice, 6 raised to power 3. If it is thrown 5 times, 6 raised to power 5. 36 ही लिखा. And if it is thrown n times, Imani, if the dice is thrown n times, how many total outcomes will be there? Yes, Imani. If a dice is thrown n times, how many total outcomes will be there? Mystery. हाँ जी Imani.
N.
On n times, how many total outcomes? Speak up, bete.
6 power n.
6 over n.
Raised to power.
6 raised to power n. If it is thrown once, then 6 raised to power 1, twice 6 raised to power 2, thrice 6 raised to power 3, n times, then 6 raised to power n will be the total number of outcomes if it is thrown n times. चलिए, okay. Yes. Chaliye, now let us discuss the sample space when we shuffle a pack of cards. We all know that there are 52 cards in a pack of cards. Jokers को छोड़ के, क्योंकि jokers बेचारे उनका कोई playing of the card game में रोल नहीं होता, इसलिए we are putting them aside, right? Otherwise, Joker has a major role in our life. Huh? He plays so many tricks and makes us laugh. Chaliye. 52 cards are there, 26 red, 26 black, right? So 26 red further categorized into two categories, 13 hearts and 13 diamonds, जिसको हम पान का पत्ता बोलते हैं, ठीक है, डायमंड जिसको हम ईट का पत्ता बोलते हैं, ठीक है, and 26 black cards further divided into two parts, 13 clubs, 13 spades. क्लब्स जिसको कि हम हुक्म का पत्ता कहते हैं, स्पेड जिसको कि हम चिड़िया का पत्ता कहते हैं, राइट? So these are the categories, these are the 4 suits of cards in a pack of card, right? And then we are having 4 aces, जो A का कार्ड हमारे पास होता है, we are having 4 aces in a pack of card, right? Then 4 jacks, 4 king, 4 queen. Emperor Akbar lives in his palace with his queens, with his servants, right? With so many kings, and that is known as Akbar's palace, right? इसी तरह से जहाँ पे 4 जोकर, 4 किंग और 4 क्वीन इकट्ठे होके रहते हैं, उसको, उस महल का नाम क्या है? That is known as face cards. इनको हम बोलते हैं face cards, and they are total 12 in number. 4 jacks, 4 queen, 4 king collectively make face cards, and they are 12 in number, right? So these are the sample spaces, and moreover we all know that 4 queens होती हैं, 4 king, 4 jack, वो तो पता है. रेड कार्ड्स, इसमें से रेड क्वीन कितनी है? 2 रेड क्वीन है, 2 ब्लैक है. सिमिलरली किंग भी 2 रेड हैं, 2 ब्लैक हैं, एंड सो ऑन. सिमिलरली जोकर्स, सॉरी जैक, सॉरी जोकर्स नहीं, जैक 2 red and 2 black. So this is all about the sample space. 3 types of sample space we have discussed. One is when a dice is thrown, another coin is tossed, and third one is 52 packs of cards. Chaliye. So this is all about the definition part of the chapter. Now we will take some questions related to this. Chaliye. Let us start with the questions. A coin is tossed 150 times. Coin is tossed 150 times. And head is appearing 85 times. Tail is appearing 65 times. Out of 150 times, 85 times head is appearing, and 65 times tail is appearing. This is experimental probability, in which we keep on doing experiment and we are getting the different outcomes, right? So what the question is, what is the probability of getting head? So probability of getting head, number of favorable cases over total number of cases. This is 85 upon 150. This is 17 over 30. In the questions of probability, you need to do the cutting if it is possible. Cutting आपको करके आनी है जितनी possible है, you have to do the cutting. So 85 over 150 gives us 17 over 30. So one more question, what is the probability of getting tail? Probability of getting tail, favorable, total 150, 30. देखो आप इनको ऐड करो, दोनों प्रोबेबिलिटीज को, हेड की और टेल की, दोनों की प्रोबेबिलिटी को ऐड करो, आपके पास वन आंसर आएगा. 17 प्लस 13, 30, 30 ओवर 30, 1. तो दो तरह के इवेंट है पॉसिबल, हेड या टेल, और उनको ऐड किया, सारे इवेंट्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी का सम, इट्स ऑलवेज इक्वल टू 1. चलिए, लेट अस स्टार्ट विद द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. A batsman is playing 80 one-day matches. अब इसको हम जो है जिसमें हमारे पास कॉलम्स में जो इंफॉर्मेशन दी हुई है उसके से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन करते हैं. सपोज देयर इज अ बैट्समैन एंड he has played 80 one-day matches. And we are given the data of his performance. First column is of runs and second is of number of matches. 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49. So we'll continue it tomorrow as per the time schedule. Time is over. So do the revision whatever we have done at home also.